Good day, everyone, or good evening, depending on where or when you are watching. This is Cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, here with day 58 of Award Season Review, Season 2. We are continuing along with British Indie Week, and today is all about Signature Entertainment's ecological thriller, The End We Start From. Written by Alice Birch, based on the novel of the same name by Megan Hunter, and directed by Mahalia Belo. As per Box Office Mojo, the film is only showing an international box office take of $465,258, with no domestic numbers available or recorded as of this time, although the film did have a limited theatrical release earlier this year, 2024. Now, all of the award season buzz for this film has been relegated solely to the British Independent Film Awards, of which this film had 9 nominations, nothing to scoff at. Unfortunately, with the 9 nominations, it wasn't able to secure any wins. But again, we don't just talk about the films that win here, we talk about the ones that were nominated and were recognized by the various individuals that review these films. So, let's take a look. 2 of the 9 awards were for the acting. One was for Best Lead Performance for Jodie Comer, and Best Supporting Actress, or I'm sorry, Best Supporting Performance by Catherine Waterston. And the rest of the nominations were on the production side, where it was nominated for Best Cinematography, Costume Design, Editing, Effects, Original Music, Production Design, and Sound. So, The End We Start From is a slightly less scary variant of the apocalyptic thriller, where London is inundated with floodwater as a result of unending rain, this pummeling flood of water coming down as a result of all the various, environmental causes. And we open the film on Mother, played by Nominee Calmer, who is on the verge of giving birth, bathing in a tub when all of a sudden, not just does all of the windows in her home break and the water comes flooding in, but also her water breaks. And she is about to give birth in this rather flooding apartment that no ambulance can get to. Now, giving birth in the midst of this ecological terror, all of London is submerged underwater, looking almost like Venice with the water at higher levels than the cars are. Now, her partner, R, played by Joel Fry, and her, once he finally gets to the hospital, they finally get there, they're unable to go home as a result of what has happened. So they decide to head to his parents' home where the water is not so much the threat. But now this disaster has taken over most of the country and thrust everyone into survivalist mode with a lack of water and food and supplies and the relief not coming fast enough. So, in many ways, if you take out the zombies but add a larger city population, we're almost looking at an episode of The Walking Dead, where the greatest threat to one another are humans. Now, through a series of events, after Mother and R need to leave his parents' home for want of supplies, Mother and the child are left at a survival shelter while R goes to search for materials and see if he can create a home for them. He promises to come back for her, but in this interim, the mother is in the survival shelter. So she meets another young mother, O, played by Nominee Waterston. The women begin to forge a friendship and start to develop life in this shelter until the shelter now becomes unsafe for reasons I will not spoil. And before R is able to return, these 2 women venture off and attempt to get to a commune where they feel things will be safer for them. We follow these women on their journey, and the challenge for Mother, is that R is not there. What how will he find her? Will they be reunited? Will she be able to make a new life with O at this commune if this is the option? Or should she return home? This is the journey we go on. Now, visually, I will say this film is well sculpted and the nominations are all clearly deserved. The post flood London and English countryside evoke those desolate natures of cities and towns in shows, like The Last of Us or The Walking Dead. And the music is very well used to underscore the drama that we're watching. So that's why, the sound, the production design, these are warranted. It's a very haunting environment to watch a film on. Nothing seems so over the top stylized that it's something that we wouldn't actually see. I believe that this may be the way we go if certain environmental acts aren't corrected. Now, plot wise, it's interesting though that even though this takes place during a disaster ridden time, that's not the driving force of the plot. The force of the plot is a mother trying to build a life for a newborn child in this new world. So that's really what makes the story interesting. Palmer creates the portrait of a struggling mother who is at times powerful and almost seems unable to be taken down and then beaten down by the circumstances of which she is in. Now, while all of this is good, I do have to say, though, the film does feel a little sluggish at times and maybe goes on about 15 minutes too long. I mean, while the plot is interesting, it's a little thin and repetitive. The plot of let me meet someone else. Are they safe? Are they not? Will we be reunited with our loved ones? Will we or won't we? It's something we've seen, so a little less would have served the film better. Now, Birch's screenplay does present this, the ending we get to, but it feels a little anticlimactic and not fully earned after everything that we go through. But again, I always like to let followers judge for themselves. Now, the end we start from, for me, is a 3-star film. It is visually engaging and does raise some questions about, the environment and how we treat our planet, but doesn't really offer too much that's new to the conversation. And the reason the film is a little bit stronger of a 3 than a 2 is because the performances are solid, especially Kalmer, who is very magnetizing whenever she's on screen. Now, if you would like to catch the end we start from, there are some scattered showtimes still in a few theaters as of this recording. A few AMC theaters may be showing it, but if that is not an option or streaming near or playing near you, it will be available for rental on most digital platforms as of February 6th. So, there you have it. One more down, 4 more to go as we move through British Indie Week. As always, if you like what you heard here, please click the button, subscribe, spread the word. Follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all other social media platforms and on Letterboxd. See everyone tomorrow, and until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.